my name is Raisa Enriga from BSN 1A.
I am Mihaela Selim from BSN 1A.
Hi, I'm Gwyneth Yulingo from BSN 1A.
Hi everyone, I am Maridel Egonasin from BSN 1A.
Hi, I'm Julie Birabandos from BSN 1A.
Hi, my name is Lovely Grace Misoles from BSN 1A.
Hi, my name is Hannah J. Montero from BS 1A.
Hi, I'm Tonero Cesperedes from BSN 1A.
Hi, I am Jasmine Antipedrosa from BSN 1A.
The ongoing political crisis in the Philippines. For years, our nation has grappled with deep-rooted corruption, power struggles, and a system that prioritizes the few over the many. Promises of reform echoed during election seasons, but too often these words fade as leaders prioritizes personal gain over public services. We see it in the misuse of the public funds, in the silencing of dissenting voices, and in the erosion of democratic institutions. The people's trust, once a solid foundation of our democracy, is now cracking under the weight of broken promises and unaccountable leadership. But let us remember, this is not just a story of crisis. It is a call to action. The future of our country depends not only on those in power, but on every Filipino who dares to demand transparency, accountability, and real change.
In the Philippines, corrupt politicians often deceive the public with empty promises to win elections. They present themselves as kind, honest, and dedicated to serving the people. During campaigns, they shake hands, smile, and speak of hope, making citizens believe in their vision. However, once they secure their positions, their true nature emerges. The image symbolizes such leaders represented by the crocodile, who after winning become different to the struggles of the people. Instead of fulfilling their promises, they focus on personal gain, ignoring the very citizens who trusted them.
Once in power, these politicians abandon their pledges, prioritizing wealth and influence over the needs of the people. The crocodile sitting on the high chair symbolizes a leader who has successfully fooled the public. The surrounding figures represent disappointed citizens realizing they were deceived. Public funds meant for healthcare, education, and infrastructure are misused while poverty and corruption persist. The people, though aware, feel powerless against the system. This cycle continues because corrupt politicians exploit the people's trust, making it difficult for real progress to take place. Without accountability, these deceitful leaders maintain control, benefiting themselves while leaving the nation struggling with unresolved issues and unfulfilled promises.
The image warns of the danger of badly trusting politicians who rely on deception to gain power. Filipinos must learn to be more critical and discerning who choosing their leaders. Corrupt officials thrive because people allow themselves to be easily swayed by words rather than actions. Awareness and vigilance are necessary to break this cycle of deception. If citizens demand transparency and accountability, they can prevent these opportunistic leaders from exploiting a country for their selfish interest. The power of change is in the people's hands, but it requires courage and determination to hold leaders accountable and ensure the governance serves the nation true needs.
Ultimately, the fight against corrupt politicians begins with the people. If citizens remain passive, unqualified, and dishonest, leaders will continue to rule. However, if they stand together, demand justice, and refuse to be fooled by false premises, real change can happen.
The image serves as a power reminder that while deceptions may win elections, the truth will always be revealed. By making informed choices, the participating in political discussions, and holding leaders accountable, Filipinos can work together as a government that truly serves the Filipinos' interests. The future of the nation depends on its citizens' ability to recognize and reject corruptions in all its forms.
Corruption remains one of the biggest problems in the Philippines, as shown in the image. The person with the large nose sniffing a pile of money symbolizes corrupt officials stealing from public funds. Instead of allocating government resources from infrastructure, healthcare, and education, they use them for personal gain. This greed worsens poverty and increases social inequality. While ordinary Filipinos struggle with financial hardships, politicians hoard wealth. The image serves as a reminder of the corruption plaguing the country's leadership and highlights the urgent need for change and reform.
Corrupt politicians manipulate laws and policies for personal benefit. They accept bribes, misappropriate public funds, and engage in illegal activities to stay in power. The money in the image represents taxpayers' hard-earned contributions meant to improve public welfare, but instead diverted into the pockets of corrupt leaders. This dishonesty weakens institutions, discourages investors, and damages the economy. Without strict enforcement of laws, corruption continues, allowing dishonest officials to enjoy luxury while the people endure poverty, instability, and a lack of opportunities.
A major effect of corruption in the Philippines is the decline in the quality of public services. Many Filipinos suffer from poor education, inadequate healthcare, and crumbling infrastructure due to the misuse of government funds. The image illustrates how public money, instead of being used for essential services, is stolen by greedy officials. Corrupt politicians prioritize their wealth over the well-being of citizens, leading to a worsening gap between the rich and the poor. Until corruption is eliminated, development will remain slow, and millions will continue to struggle with the basic needs.
The fight against corruption requires active public involvement, strong institutions, and strict law enforcement. The image served as a warning, urging Filipinos to remain vigilant and demand transparency from their leaders. Enforcing anti-corruption laws, conducting independent investigations, and voting responsibly are crucial steps to prevent dishonest practices. Citizens must hold officials accountable and push for genuine reforms. Corruption thrives in silence, but if the people unite, they can challenge fraudulent leaders and work toward a government that truly serves the nation's interest.
This is not where the conversation ends. The political crisis in the Philippines is not just a headline or a passing issue. It is a harsh reality that affects every Filipino, from the poorest communities to the most privileged sectors of the society. Corruption, abuses of power, and broken promises have long plagued our nation. We've seen public funds misused, leaders serving personal interests over public welfare, and voices of dissent silenced. But let me ask you this: are we just going to accept this as the way things are? Or will we dare to demand the change that we deserve? True change doesn't start in the halls of government. It starts within us. It begins when we hold our leaders accountable, when we refuse to turn a blind eye to corruption, and when we educate ourselves and others about the realities of our political system. It starts in our homes, our schools, our workplaces, and most importantly, at the ballot box. But beyond casting our votes, let's remember that democracy is not a one-day event. It is a continuous fight, a fight for justice, for transparency, and for a government that truly works for the people. It requires vigilance, unity, and the courage to speak out, even when it feels like no one is listening. The road ahead may be long and difficult, but our hope is far from lost. As long as there are Filipinos willing to stand up for what is right, there is a chance for a better tomorrow. So as we leave here today, let us carry this fire within us. Let us turn our frustration into action, our anger into advocacy, and our hope into progress. The future of the Philippines does not rest solely in the hands of those in power. It lies in all of us, who dare to dream and work for a nation that truly serves its people. Maraming salamat, and may we all continue to fight for a brighter, more just Philippines.